Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Head Currency Analyst. In this video we're going to take a look at the Forex market wrap, have a little look at the news this week and some of the key charts we highlighted in the week ahead analysis. So in the week ahead analysis video we did talk about the rise in tensions between Ukraine and Russia. Now what happened in the sort of early stages of the week was that mood had been dampened. Basically we saw Vladimir Putin come out and say that there was they were pulling back troops, and then we had different claims from the US and the UK suggesting that they don't believe Vladimir Putin, and now just recently we're starting to see different reports. Now we've got from The Guardian here, Ukraine crisis, reports in Russia state media of explosion in Donetsk amid fears of plan to trigger an invasion. So that risk off that kind of went away at the start of the week could now be returning towards the end of the week again, very similar to what happened prior last week. So again, is that going to be followed up next week, or are we going to see it downplayed again? Very difficult trading conditions at the moment because of that headline risk. In other data then, US PPI data came in better than expected. We saw growth in inflation in the UK and Canada. We also saw retail sales growth in the US. The only thing that did disappoint investors was the FOMC meeting minutes. Investors were looking to see if the Federal Reserve would talk about how aggressive they would hike rates, or would there be any notes in the meeting minutes that would talk about those rates, and didn't really see anything from that. So that kind of disappointed investors, and the dollar did fall slightly during that period. Going on to the dollar index then, pretty slow week. We can see that we've pretty much traded within this tight trading range. There's been no real direction being formed out of the market at the moment, and I do think this could continue, just because obviously there is that headline risk of the tensions between Ukraine and Russia, and also fundamentally the US waiting for that stimulus to end before hiking rates. It does lead to more towards a safe haven view for the dollar, and I think if we were to start making higher highs again, price may head towards that 96, 92 area, or $97. We haven't seen that momentum continue though at the moment, and we could see a move back to 94.55 if that momentum is going to fade and sort of the tensions continue to sort of, or the tensions do sort of fade as well. Moving on to Aussie then. Aussie was one to watch this week for either scenario. I think the risk off would have pushed price to the downside. We didn't see that in the end. Instead, price changed trend and we saw a rally back. However, this week has been fairly low in range for Aussie, and I think that this is showing us the indecision in the markets at the minute, and dependent on what happens, if that risk off does come back, I think price is still going to head towards that 0.7 level. Aussie yen then was another one to focus on, just because it reacts so well to the risk sentiment in the market. Again, traded within last week's price action. What we saw was some really nice rejections around about 83.20s, and the market does look to be kind of forming a bit of a double top here. So we could still see another push to the downside on Aussie yen. Again, it's going to depend on how those risk markets are being seen by investors. Gold, now this is kind of telling me the story that maybe we are going to see that risk off sentiment continue, because gold has had another strong week, which we touched upon, and we suggested that gold should be moving higher this week, dependent on, again, that risk analysis. We were looking for longs around about 1840. Price didn't quite get back to there, but it did start to find some support at the previous sort of demand zone, just down through here around about 1853. And price has rallied to the upside. So that's a strong suggestion. Now we've broken out of this area here, that investors are seeing risk in the market and they're moving into a haven like gold. So is gold going to start pushing to the upside and tell us that the markets are favouring that risk off? So we'll take a look at it in the week ahead analysis. Maybe we'll get some news over the weekend, which we can digest and have a little look at. But at the moment, that's all I've got for you this week. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, leave this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to watch some more of our Forex trading content. And I'll speak to you in the next video.